seriously.
Yeah. Gotta use it. Gotta use it. Recorded. Okay, these shots are too long. The only way that shot is going to last is if you have the flickering of the flame. Okay?
Yeah, we found it hard to
That's quite long.
Yeah, they're not going to be.
But it's good you've considered titles. That one would be fine for the length because you've got a hand moving into the shot with a flickering, so you've got the movement that keeps it. Whenever you have like the movement, that's going to keep it.
Enough time on.
Same with that, the movement of the wine being poured. So your plan is to embed the titles onto the materials that you have.
Yeah.
Okay? Just some feedback from theirs. They had a hard time doing that, and partly is I think because they can look very childish. Okay? Are you going to actually write like costume by on the wine bottle? Okay?
Oh, no. We're going to do
You're going to use it After Effects.
After Effects.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Alright.
Like, so it look like it's sitting in the image.
You guys need a lot more shots. You haven't really spent a lot of time. These shots are like 5 seconds long. That's too long a shot. You're gonna have like 100 cuts, at least. I mean, the music video that these guys have, the music video that they have, it's got 250 cuts. I mean, yes, it's a music video, but there needs to be something that's keeping the kind of the tempo. How are you gonna get that up?
We're going to boil water in our kettle, and then we're going to lift the lid off, and then the steam will come out.
Okay.
That you could do.
I like how you considered where you're going to put like the different titles, and that's quite good. What are you trying to focus on there? The time?
No.
He's preparing the dinner, and also the time as well.
So you're framing those specific things for the mise-en-scène. So make sure when you do that, you think about framing that specifically. In Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, before we see the birds have come into one of these houses and they've killed a person. Before we actually see that shot, he goes into, I guess, the detective. I just cut myself. The detective comes into the room, and Hitchcock has framed the detective coming into the room, and in the corner you see a bird, a teacup with a bird in it. That's like dead. And it's been framed specifically, so you just notice it. Same thing when you do yours. Make sure when you're framing it, if you want us to notice that he's making it, and then you want us to also notice that at time, make sure you frame those appropriately. Okay. So overall feedback is there's not enough shots made. When you take a shot, like I said, you got to take this from lots of different angles. So underneath the candle, above the candle coming to the camera, okay? The candle going away from, so the lens is right here, right? We're looking out of it, the camera going out that way. You need every one of these shots needs to be storyboarded and thought about all different ways you're going to do that. Okay, this from all different angles. If this is your shot initially, right? There's a camera. So this is the camera pointing down on this. That's your shot. You can have this from this angle, this from this angle, right? Like this from this angle just to introduce it. This from this angle, and then you can go back up to this angle. These are more cuts. And once you go out and film, you have to get these from lots of different angles. You have to. Okay, you got your primary shot, but you need to have more footage. This is ridiculous. You need to have more footage to go when you go into the editing. Else you're going to find yourself like, what do I need to do? Because that's where they're at. Okay? They have to in certain areas they have to do about 15, 20 more shots, an hour on the face, an hour on this other face, and an hour on the box. Okay? And then that gives you a lot of flexibility in the editing to say, okay, well actually, no, I don't want that. I can go this. You don't have to go back out and film. When are you filming?
This week or next week.
Okay. What are you filming with? The same camera as before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That
all
was
right.
good.
Or we might.
Yeah, don't use some of these. These ones are not as good. Use that. So this camera, what are some ideas, Dan? How can we film this from a different angles?
You could do from like under up, like under it, so you should like at an angle, so you can just see the like flame flickering just from the side of this.
Yeah. So that's one.
Above it.
Above it. Next. Also, you could do the wax dripping. The wax dripping, and then follow a wax drop all the way down to the base of the candle holder.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. What also I'm concerned about is that when you're filming this is lighting.
We wanted to make it quite dark, didn't we?
Yeah. So the first shot would be like pitch black, and we just see as a light of the candle. The match.
Okay, what would be very good, I don't know when you guys are going to film, but what I suggest you to do is I suggest you to do a dry run of this. So what I would do is I'd get myself a camera, I'd get myself a matchbox, I'd get myself some matches, I'd get myself a bottle of wine and a wine glass, and I'd use the camera you're going to use, go to the location, right? Film it the way you'd want to. Get some footage of that and see if the lighting works. Because if the lighting doesn't work, you're going to have to use lights to light this. Because it would be horrible for you to spend so much time with this, film it, and then get the footage and the lighting's off. So some of their stuff has to be refilmed because the lighting's off.
Yeah.
And if you talk to these two girls, they've spent 4 different days, 4 hours each day, because the first day of footage they thought they had it all, but the lighting was off in one area and the continuity's just off, so they have to go back out and refilm. So go out, do like a run through. Say, just set yourself like, okay, we're gonna do 2 hours or an hour. Let's just see what we can do. Do. See what happens. Get some footage. See what you get. All right. And if you need to have lighting, then that's a whole other thing that you need to research and think about doing. Because lighting is not something that just happens. Okay? And even like the A-level students, the other A2 students, they have a hard time with it. If you can master that, this will be a very good clip. Okay? And you get all the shots. Alright, let's do this.